Hi, this is Steve Hosher with RazorGage, and today I'm going to do a video on the stop mode screens in the RG3 software. Um, Before I get started on the stop mode, I just want to let everybody know about the upgrade button. If you don't already know about it, you can go to Settings, click check for updates, and if your PC is connected to the internet, you can download an update. And you can also show the change log to see what the changes have been since the last time. If you don't have this button, then let us know and we'll email you a little package that will update your software, and then you will have this button for the future. All right, back to stop mode. So the RG3 software has these four modes, these tabs on the right, and stop mode is the one on top. So this is where the RazorGage acts as a stop instead of as a pusher. The keypad screen is pretty self-explanatory. You put in a number and it goes there. You type in the number. If you can either put in a decimal and click go, or you can put in 12 and then 3/16 or whatever, and then it'll go based on this is just like the functionality in the RGST. These fraction keys act as the go button as well as adding the fraction to the whole number that you typed in up here. So that's the keypad screen. Very simple. Presets are just as simple. These are hotkeys. You click it and it'll go to this position, and you can have as many of these as you want. And to create a new one, you click add a preset, you put in a label, and the actual position, and it adds it. So pretty simple. That's how you create presets. And so to use them, you just go to the preset screen, touch the button, and it moves to that position. And you can have many pages of these. You can rename the pages, delete pages. You can edit a preset, delete one, move it. So lots of options there, but mainly you create it, you click it, and you use it. Offsets. So offsets shift the coordinate system. So if you had a saw and a drill press in line, and then the razor gauge to the right of the drill press, you would calibrate the razor gauge to the saw, but sometimes you want to use the drill press, and the drill press might be 3 inches away from the saw. That's it would normally probably be further than that. With this example, I have it set at 3. So rather than having to adjust the numbers you enter all the time when you want to use a drill press, you can set up an offset for the drill press. And when you click it, it enables it. This is when I clicked it again, it went to the screen that enables me to edit it. And that's good. This shows how you edit or create one. You put in the label, the distance, and then you browse for an image. That's the way you create and the way you edit. If I add one, then I can browse for an image if I want, and I create an offset. So real simple. When you enable one, it shows it here, so when I'm on the main screen, you know that you've got that offset enabled. You don't want to forget you've got that enabled and start cutting parts on the saw. When you want to turn it off, you go to the offset screen and click None. List. This is where you can create a list and run it. So if I want to create a list, I just click Create New Cut List. Let's say I have some parts 24 1/4, and I want to add 12. I can add material and description if I want, but I don't think most people want to do that. Now if I want some parts that are 36 1/8, and I want 16. I can add those, and you can just keep doing that, and then you can click Save and Open, and then it brings up the list. Now I'm in stop mode, so when I touch this line item, the razor gauge is going to move to that position, and if I click Part Cut, it decrements the remaining quantity, and as I cut those pieces, it's going to bring it down to 0. Then you'd move to the next line. You can, of course, change the quantity. I can start incrementing this quantity back up. I can change all remaining quantities. So I can set all of them to the original quantity like that. So now they're, actually I multiplied it. So I can set them back to the original. If I want to multiply everything, let's say I have a bill of materials for a chair and I want to make 3 chairs. I can put in 3 and apply, and now it multiplied the remaining quantity, kept the original quantity. So when I close and reopen this cut list, I can always go back to the original quantities, or I can multiply them if I want to make more today than I did yesterday. So that's list in stop mode. You just touch the line item and it goes to that position. Finally, AUTOCALC. AUTOCALC is a screen where you can define buttons with math behind them. So this is a button. You can apply a picture to the button. We have 3 variables up here, X, Y, and Z, and then you can apply your own names by clicking Set Variable Names. This is how you do it. So this is for calculating, this button is for calculating a top rail on a cabinet door. So to do that, we need to know some variables. We need to know the door width, the style width, and the cope depth. Without going into how that, basically you have the door width, and this top rail here is going to be, it goes in between these, so you take the door width minus twice the style width, and then there's a little mortise on the end of that rail that fits into the cope on these styles, so that sticks out. So when you cut it to length, you have to have enough to make 2 of those. So the equation is X, which is door width, minus style width times 2. Now we're to this middle part, plus Z times 2, which is the cope depth times 2, and that'll give you the length of that top rail. So if our door is 24 inches wide, and then I click this, it calculated the length over here at 21 3/4. If my door is 36 inches wide, it calculates the length here, and so on. And so you can create a whole bunch of these buttons, and with different formulas in each one. And they can be complex formulas. They can be very complex. We've got people that have formulas that are a page long. That's up to you, but that's what the AUTOCALC page does. You can have multiple pages of them. Each page has 12 buttons. So we've gone through AUTOCALC, list mode, offsets, presets, and keypad. So you can see there is a lot of functionality, and it's fairly intuitive. If you know about some of these other things, they may really help you for certain applications. All right, so I'll be making other videos for the other tabs to go into more detail on the other functionality of the RG3 software. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.